It is time. It's time. I have seen this done several times on TikTok and Instagram. A bunch of book talkers and stuff are doing this. It's time. I'm breaking into BookTube by diving in. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Can't believe I'm saying that. So look, let me explain. I don't know very much at all about Brandon Sanderson. I do know he's a fantastic author. As an author myself, I do very much appreciate his advice for writing. I think he has a lot of great advice, which means I highly respect his writing, and I have read a teeny tiny bit. I'll explain that in a little bit. But what I've read of his writing, I've really, really loved and have really enjoyed. I think it's fantastic. But I have never fully read any of his books, so I'm doing it. The 5th book of the Stormlight Archive comes out December the 5th or the 6th. I'm not entirely sure what day it is, but it comes out sometime around in there. And a bunch of people are reading it now before it actually comes out to catch up. I would love to be one of those people because I would love to read this 5th book in real time with everyone else the day that it drops. Like, I would love to cancel any and all plans and sit down and read this book. So, here we are. My first intro into Brandon Sanderson. Well, my second intro. So let me explain the first sort of intro. Like 3 months ago-ish, I decided I was going to read the Mistborn, the first 3 books trilogy, not the books that come after it. I was just going to read the trilogy before my 3rd baby was born in July. So about the middle of May, I decided I was going to do this. I can be a fast reader when I'm really intrigued and really interested in a book. So I'm like, no big deal. The copies that I have are mass market paperbacks. And I think they're great. They're fantastic. They're, very durable. They're great for reading because they're just, you can bend them, break them, and they didn't cost you an arm and a leg. So my husband had bought me the box set of the mass market paperbacks for Christmas, and I was ready to read them. So I picked up the first one. My children are hollering at each other. Sorry, they're supposed to be resting. So I picked up the first book and I read about a chapter and a half, and something about the line spacing and the font size on a mass market paperback apparently was like messing with my eyes. I haven't tried again since my baby boy was born, but I did have a lot of issues with my iron levels being low and my blood pressure being a little bit high, and it was really kind of messing with my vision quite a bit. So I'm wondering if maybe that was the issue, but either way, I tried to read Mistborn. I wasn't able to read it at the time. So I haven't read them yet. And I know, everybody's gonna come at me and be like, hey, you should read Mistborn before you read the Stormlight Archive. And I know I should, but I don't have time to read all of it before December. And I really, really, really want to be ready to read that book when it comes out in December. But I am going to read Warbreaker first because somebody told me on TikTok that Warbreaker is a really, really good introduction to the world, and it kind of helps set up for a lot of things that you might be confused about later on when you're reading, and I don't really want to be confused while I'm trying to read this, because I already know, it being an epic fantasy, that there's going to be a lot of world building and a lot of character development, and I don't want to be confused. So Warbreaker is first. I will be reading this first. I will have a fully separate vlog about my reading through of Warbreaker. It could take me 3 days. It could take me 3 weeks. I don't know. I hope it doesn't take 3 weeks, because I don't have that many weeks to read all these books. Either way, I'm gonna recruit my husband to do some quick math for me. I'm terrible at math, and I will not be doing it. I'm gonna get him to do it for me, to tell me how many pages a day I need to read to completely finish the first 4 books of the Stormlight Archive and Warbreaker. So that would be 5 books before December the 5th or 6th. That's a lot of books. That's a lot of pages. I'm gonna get him to do the math for me, and then I will talk about that in the first vlog of Warbreaker. I am currently finishing up a book. I'm about 54, 60, somewhere around in there % being done with it. So I'm finishing it this afternoon, and then I'm gonna start Warbreaker tonight. So excited. I will try to do a quick little vlog of my thoughts on the very first chapter, which I haven't really looked too much into it, but I think it's a prologue. I don't skip prologues. I will be reading it, but I will give my thoughts on that. And then I don't really know how I'm gonna do my vlogs yet, because I'm new to BookTube. I think I've watched 3 BookTube videos total, so this is a new thing for me. That's okay. I'm gonna do this my way, my own way. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna explore. I'm also going to be giving y'all some thoughts on my own writing process when I really start diving into that. Probably next month sometime. I don't know. I'm still thinking about doing the National Novel Writing Month, but not being associated with the NaNoWriMo organization because of all of the very scandalous things that have gone on. Not really a fan of them and their stance anymore, so I'm probably going to be going solo. A lot of my author friends are just kind of writing in their own month of choosing. October is a little less busy for me than November, so I might try to do it in October and really sit down and try to get this manuscript done. I have some big goals and plans for this manuscript, so I'm just gonna leave that at that. Anyways, this vlog is not about my writing, it's about Mr. Sanderson. I'm really excited to start it. For some reason, my ebook copy doesn't have the page numbers on there. It just has the locations. So I will have to go and look up the page numbers for my husband to do the math for me. That's okay. I am quite excited about this. I have had this idea in my mind for about 2 weeks now, but I've been in the middle of other books trying to get them finished, because the one I'm currently reading is an art copy for someone, a good author friend of mine. I'm reading her art copy, and I'm gonna be doing a little quick review because I'm really enjoying it. And once I finish that one, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna dive in, and it's gonna be great. Anyways, I really don't have a whole lot more to say. I'm still very new at talking to the camera and talking to people I cannot see, but I like to talk, and I like to talk about books and writing very specifically. So I'm hoping that by doing this YouTube channel, I can get off my husband's back talking about my books. He also likes to read, and I'm trying really hard to convince him to read Stormlight Archive with me before December, but he is very busy, and I don't know if he would have time to read 5 books before then. But anyways, so you'll be seeing me again probably pretty soon. I'm hoping to have this one uploaded and then a vlog uploaded for Warbreaker very quickly. yeah, I'm really excited about this booktube and starting something brand new. Social media can be a little hectic, chaotic, whatever, depressing sometimes. But I feel like on YouTube I can just kind of be myself, and hopefully I don't scare you all away. Alright, so you'll be seeing me again really soon. Happy reading!